May gusto nito.
Ginusto mo yan eh.
Boys, ready?
Ready.
Come on,
Yes,
come on.
sir.
Let's do this, bro. Let's do this. Come on. Kuya Jerms is back! Hello, yo, what's up guys? Jerms here and welcome to another episode of Jerms Inspires Podcast. And today we are going to talk about studio photography and something that I think that I never had a chance to get exposed, you know. So throughout my photography career, I was very frustrated that I never had this kind of opportunity, and that's why I invited, you know, two of the best Filipino studio photographers here in Dubai, Chris Calumberan
Hello.
and Ace Reyes. Guys, welcome back. Woo! Welcome back.
Thanks for
How are
having
you boys?
us.
How's
Very good,
everything,
very
man?
good.
All
How's
good.
everything?
Very good.
So
Busy.
this is a comeback. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me again. I'm thrilled to be back.
So he's enjoying, bro.
It's a good music.
So again, we are going to talk about studio photography, which you guys are the expert, right? Right? I mean, especially Chris. I mean, we know Chris.
Definitely.
Bro, since we were kids, bro, we've been following.
Yeah, I watch him every 3 p.m.
after Rosary.
The 3 o'clock prayer.
Bro, I remember I was 10 years old, bro. I was watching Chris at Inday Badiday. Oh man, yes. Oh, guys, it's going to be a lot of fun of episode.
Yes,
There's going to be a lot of roasting.
Hot takes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
exactly. Okay, guys. So I want you to introduce yourself, but it should be brief because you guys have already your own episodes. But I want you to introduce yourself and how did you got into studio photography? Is that good? Is that good? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Ace, go for it.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Ace once again. I'm a studio photographer, camping photographer, mostly doing fashion, some stills, and I used to be an event photographer before I started studio.
Ooh, really?
So reason why I started doing events because like I needed quick money, so like I could find it easily in events, and like you just gotta put all your photos, pick the best ones, send, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And then I figured like I kind of wanted to be like a studio photographer because like
True.
I wanted more connection.
There's like a prime badge when you're a
Yeah.
studio photographer, especially if you're doing fashion commercial, you know.
That's what I wanted to be, bro.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like,
Yeah.
I wanted to be.
You wanted
like,
to be Chris Calumberan.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
all
sir.
wanted to be Chris Calumberan, you know.
Yeah. Plus, like I wanted to shift from event photography to the studio because I really don't like the running, and like especially when you miss some of the key moments, it's kind of hard to like when the client asks you, "Where's the shot where he did this part?" It's like, can we do it again?
I
You can't do that part. Yeah.
I always feel that events it's like a starting genre of photography. If
Yeah,
you're starting out, events
definitely.
is a perfect genre for
Yep,
photography.
yep,
You know?
yep.
So and also easy money, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it teaches you a lot, like to be punctual, first of all, discipline, mental, physical conditioning as well, because like you gotta run and do all the other
Run
stuff.
and gun.
Yeah. You're exactly run and gun, and intuition as well, because like you have to time where like they're gonna shake hands.
Oh,
Yeah, that's just-
Anticipation.
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes, anticipation. That's the word. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Okay, Chris, the legend.
Yes.
How about you, man? How about you?
Hey, short and sweet. This is Chris Calumberan, your commercial photographer. I've been here in UAE for at least 2 decades.
Wow.
So in the industry as well. I had a time where I try not to call myself as a photographer because there was like some sort of a self-denial. I was exposed in the early stages of my photography with commercial photography. That's why it's very, how would I say it, intimidating. That's the word. It's very intimidating, and it's very, there's a lot of moving parts. So I was very inspired of starting with the industry, with the industry people, the main guys in the commercial side of things. So unfortunately, I was with the commercial photography studio already, and our resources are models also. I used to be a model booker. That's why I know a lot of digits, the digits of the models in itself.
So you're on the back end of the business.
Yes, I'm
got
doing
it.
the updating of the softwares and everything. So I have the catch of that, and so I'll be collaborating with the models itself. So that
Okay.
was a very good opportunity. Standing stone for me. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, so as I've said, studio photography is something that, like, it was my frustration. Never had a chance to have clients.
Never
Or
never
I mean, I have experience. Like I know I could do it, but without portfolio, I don't think I can be hired by agencies or whatever. So, and also on my Instagram, most of my followers are doing landscapes and cityscapes, basically non-studio stuff. So I think this is a good topic to bring them.
Subjects that never will interrupt you. They never talk to you.
Exactly, and then you could give some insights and inspiration to some photographers, so because they might be starting up and they want to maybe they're aspiring to become a studio photographer and they don't have the chance to learn. So maybe this episode could inspire them. Yeah, so why not? And that leads to my first question. I told you I prepared a question that
Ooh la
is
la.
what was that word?
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
Hot
Okay,
takes.
hot takes. I was starting this.
Use that as a soundbite.
Exactly. I'll be starting this episode with a hot take. Okay. So, okay. So how can I frame this? Okay, help me out, guys. So in social media, have you felt or do you feel that studio photography or studio shots is something that people on social media doesn't appreciate that much?
Ooh.
Right? Like, I mean, we're talking about these days, social media,
Yeah.
right? It's like the pictures that's going viral are mostly, the sunsets,
Right.
the cityscapes, the landscapes. When they shoot portraits, it's usually the outdoors,
Right.
like with the amazing scenery, backgrounds, travel.
Bokeh.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you feel that studio photography is almost like a forgotten art in social media? I'm talking about social media, not prints, not. Hey, don't attack me on this. I'm talking about social media alone. What's your take on it? Right? Interesting,
Chris.
right? Interesting.
The obvious answer based on my experience was when, like, for example, I have this batch of students that I was taking photographs of, but this is like some sort of event photography during their JS prom.
Oh, nice.
During their JS prom, so they have this before the parents send them off to the party. They have a house party with the parents and all. So because of the social media thing, they opt to take photographs themselves. They don't ask the photographer to come to take. Well, that's one. But when it comes to social media, going back to your question, it could be a really good opportunity to use it because the quality grade of the quality that you get with a studio photographer is kind of like, especially when it's there's an interesting backstory of the shot, which is there's a lot of resources about it, like the behind the scenes, the preparation, leading to the main photograph. So that could be a good opportunity for social media to use it. But the reason why you asked that, I believe, was because of the instantaneous of the mobile phone photography. Shout out to John Tronco. He mentioned me. He told me that was like at least 2018, almost 10 years ago when I met him first time. He said, Chris, there will be a time that we will lose our jobs, especially because he's a studio photographer, he's a commercial photographer also, because of all these mobile phones. So there will be a time that they would not use a professional photographer or a studio photography to run ads and stuff like that. So I think that would be at the dawn of that. But when it comes to commercial and print and which is, it's a dying art, as you said, then again it was gonna go back to our opportunity to hone because there's a lot of things, because every time that you shoot there's a lot of lessons to be learned, because every assignment is something like a challenge then and a learning thing that you would need to find ways to learn something new.
Man, that's a Miss Universe type answer, bro.
Thank you, contestant number 1.
Exactly. Contestant number 2.
Pressure, bro.
Exactly. Ace, what's your take on
I
it, bro?
feel like my take on it. Imagine going to the tailor and you request for like a fine tailored suit. You know,
Bespoke.
so
Bespoke.
exactly like that.
Man.
So compare that to studio photography, and like when Sir Chris said, it's like taking pictures, all that stuff. It's just like you're wearing your house clothes, you know.
Got it.
It's kind of like that. But when you go to the tailor, it's a different experience. Like you would take your measurements, ask, have you eaten breakfast? Bro, I'm using my bedroom voice. So it's kind of like that. There's like a certain experiences that you,
experience.
yeah, exactly, the bespoke experience. And I think that's something. It's a dying art. It's a dying art. It's also, I feel like, for the mid-range economy, I feel like it's a luxury. Because
True.
not everyone will opt to hire a photographer, get all the lights, have these edited, all that stuff. Other options as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for me.
I mean, see, okay, so my take on it is my theory is I always say this to my workshop. So internet itself or social media, it's a revolution from mainstream media. All right? So back in the day it was TV, radio, magazine, those are the mainstream. Now when internet came in or social media, it became a revolution to the mainstream media. It became like a complete opposite of what we're used to seeing on mainstream. So when people started seeing like sunset pictures on social media, it's like something that you don't see much on mainstream media. That's why people are like seeing fresh stuff online, you know. And even when if you saw on TikTok like the videos that going viral, the videos that are unhinged, unfiltered, like raw, authentic, which again completely opposite from the mainstream media, right? So that's kind of my take, because again, social media world is different from the mainstream world.
It feels that the audience that you have relates on the take, because they feel that, I can do that as well. That's why they are very...
I don't need all these fancy lights to create pictures.
Yeah.
Like if you see my pictures, I never use lights at all. It's just pure skills and knowledge, also editing, you know. So
they can relate with your post.
True. Yeah, exactly.
Post.
But again, I mean, having said that, you know, I still feel that I wanna learn to control lighting. Like I think it's a key essential skills of a photographer. You know.
Sorry to cut you off, bro. But I think with social media, I think just like don't believe everything that you see, because like let's say an unfiltered emotion, you can always cheat that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a lot of people are doing is like they want to get an emotion or reaction off of you just for the crowd.
I can say the same with commercial photography. The eyes are fake eyes. They're plastic eyes. So don't believe what you see in commercial photography as well, you know. So it's all
okay.
That's different.
There's a lot of technique, especially with food photography, which I practice as well. Don't eat the chicken.
Don't eat any of the props.
Because there's a lot of chemicals running down, especially when you're a food stylist. You know, making how you will make the smoke, how will you make the chicken really stand out, how will you make the cheese run like that, you know.
I saw a video on TikTok that you know, on pancakes, instead of syrup they use crude oil.
Crude oil.
Crude oil.
The brine on the chicken, the brine, or maybe like the glaze on the chicken. It's not soy sauce. I think that's
the
wood varnish.
Crazy.
The bubbles of the Sprite of the soft drink that they have, it's glycerine.
Oh, okay.
It's the one a chemical that you use for soap.
Yeah, exactly.
So it will hold.
Okay, so photographers, hungry photographers, don't eat your food photography stuff. Okay, so good answers, boys. I love it. I love it. Man, great answer. You impressed me with your answers. Okay. Kinabahan ba kayo doon? Okay, now let's go to the actual topic. Okay, so let's start with cameras, because who doesn't like cameras? Okay, so okay, again, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like in studio photography, you don't need the best of the best, newest equipment, right? Because first of all, you using lights, controlling lights, so you're always stuck with ISO 100. You don't need the fastest shutter
For
frames per second,
sports,
right?
for sports.
And in terms of megapixel, now that's debatable. Okay, I want to hear your take. Like in terms of cameras, do you need the highest or the best equipments you can get for studio photography?
Right. Yes.
I don't. Nah, you don't need. You don't need
Yeah.
like the best ones. Because like with anything, I think you should always consider the first thing you should really consider is what's your goal and what's your need. Let's say like the first question I asked my clients. So where's this gonna go? I want to use it for social media, for Instagram stories, and all that stuff. And then from then on, I could use my go-to camera, so like I don't have to rent anymore.
Which one? Which one?
5D Mark III Canon.
Canon.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Canon.
Yes.
Actually, we were all
We're all
Canon users.
Canon users.
Canon users. Woo! Yes.
Canon number one.
Anyway, so 5D
yeah.
Mark III. Man, it's still. I mean, 5D, I had that before, and man, it's.
Bro,
still
every
for
time
me.
you hold it, something is breaking. It's like you're cracking
exactly.
your knuckles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still functional.
And
yeah.
also, you don't need the fastest autofocus, right? You don't need
No, not
all
really.
the best
Not
autofocus.
Because
you
like
know.
every time I always just use the small boxes on the inside the camera. I don't need like the fastest focus every time.
Exactly.
Because like there are times where I just pose my model and then put the focus here and then reframe. So that kind of stuff. But putting pictures on print is different. That's a different. From there, you need like the not the best, but like the
Highest
most.
megapixels?
Not really, because like you could do
Depends on if it's a high,
yeah, depending
format.
on. I think the R5 is best because like 40 megapixels is good. It's not like the highest, but like 40 megapixels, you can put it on a banner somewhere.
Okay.
So that's really good. But like I think 24 megapixels is good for social media.
Yeah.
Just like for really tech savvy people, like tech savvy photographers. But like not everyone needs the 24 megapixels.
That's what a lot of photographers these days they think, like, because I mean you cannot blame them because these camera companies they brand megapixels as the end all be all of camera, you know.
Not really.
So yeah, I mean
Point of
I still shoot with 23 megapixels, R3, you know. I mean it's again it's good for day-to-day shoots, you know. And my R5 is just, you know, inside my my cabinet right there. I barely use it because the megapixel is too high. Like I cannot utilize it, you know. Chris, what's your take on that?
Yeah, it's a good answer depending on the requirement. So back in the days, there was this early days of digital. We never shy away with a 10x10 and medium format 5x5. So my job is just to load the film. I've never had a chance to. At least I was using a RB Mamiya RB medium format. I never had a chance to use it for the commercial part because that was the transition of the digital. So when my first camera would be 40D, which is 1.6 40D Canon, and then when I shifted to the Mark 5s, the 5D series. Wow, I should have done it earlier. Now I'm using a Mark 4 until now. I have a EOS R5. This is a great camera. It's still on. They're still inside the showroom. Yeah. It's still in showroom. Still available in showroom because it's such a classic.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say.
The question was, do you really need the big thing? Depending really on the requirement of the client. I would love to use a Phase 1. I would love to use medium format digital Hasselblad or something like that. But there's some options. There was some opportunity, especially when it's like a high, like a billboard, some sort. I had some chances. I had an opportunity to put it on a billboard, but I was just using my camera was the Mark IV. I mean, it's a wonderful camera, and back in the question, because the high-end camera that you're talking about, the 1D series, it's all for the events. It's all for the sports.
Got it.
So so those
High
are
frame rate.
high frame rate.
Yeah. So okay. So at least the minimum, at least a full frame.
Full frame.
Camera.
Full
Yeah,
frame.
Full frame.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if you're starting out, you don't need the full frame immediately. You need to,
yeah, because you're shooting 100 ISO anyways.
yeah,
right?
you also need to understand what a crop sensor can do.
Sure,
And like,
yeah.
what's the limitations.
Yeah.
of-
It has its advantages.
Yeah, definitely. Because like if you wanted to shoot maybe like you're on 70 to 200, but you're on full frame, but you want it closer, you only have 70 to 200 lens. Use a crop sensor.
Okay.
It's like one of the
It
hacks.
will extend. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so one of the advantages of full frame compared to crop is the dynamic range. Now, the question is, does it matter in studio environment? Like dynamic range, does it matter in studio environment? Because you have control of everything, right? Like it's not compared like you're going to a sunset and you're taking picture with a crop sensor.
I
then,
get what you mean.
you know, you get less dynamic range, right? But in studio world, does it matter or does it help that having full frame camera?
Depends on what you're using, because the HDR part, I use it for real estate. The only part that I use a high dynamic range is real estate photography, which I do bracket. I bracket it with the shutter speed. I don't bracket it with the aperture. Basically, the aperture controls my flashes, and then the shutter speed controls the ambient lighting. So you go for the ambient lighting so that you'll be able to capture the darkest of the dark and the lightest of the light. So I sometimes I end up having at least 5 shots or 3 shots minimum. But then again, you know, because of our cameras, I ended up using the it's more than enough, the center. I'm just doing bracketing just to be safe. But you know, it's more than enough.
Like the proper.
The proper, the proper reading, as long as it's in the matrix, you know, reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boys, since we're all Canon users, okay, let's make one segment for Canon. Like, what's with Canon? Why
Bro,
why we keep using it, bro?
Is there a surprise of Canon boxes here?
Baka naman.
I mean, why not? So why Canon? Like, why we stick with Canon? I mean, we've been Canon users for so long, but I mean, why?
For me, it's preference and like a user interface.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Because like
That
in
is true.
events, what I love about the 5D Mark III is like the dial wheel. I've I think I've experienced some with Nikon, and it's
don't
kind
have
of hard where you press a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Bro, I can never live without that dial.
Yeah, I think it's just the dial wheel for me. I've never had.
And the stick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The focus stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for Sony, I don't think it's really not for pictures.
They
And if
do,
it-
but it's not as big or rugged as the
Yeah,
Canon.
but I
Like,
think
you know.
Sony was too much for what I was doing back then. So that's why Canon is like a Swiss Army knife. You could do a lot of things with it. But like when you say Sony, like, oh, Sony, okay, so if I'm gonna buy a Sony camera, I might as well do video and all that stuff. I mean, those kinds of stuff. But like, I wanted to be just like a photographer, not anything else.
Got it.
So stick with Canon.
And Sony, they branded themselves as a video first camera.
Even from the beginning.
Yeah.
Canon, because I was born with it.
Yeah, right.
Really?
It's hard, man. Like,
I was born with it. It's kind of like because brand. The beautiful about the Canon brand is when I started photography, mostly all my mentors are using Canon. I've never saw someone who's using other brands. And it's kind of like you know, when you go to, like, for example, Salam stores, they say Canon. Just use Canon. Yeah. So I think I was just born with it. It's difficult to jump in another.
Yes.
Although I use some, but
Same reasons for me. Like, I mean, I'm already used to it. I have invested a lot in the
that's one.
ecosystem,
Another one.
and their lenses are very affordable, especially if you go to second-hand market. Like, you could, man, like, you know, sky's the limit about the lens choices. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
so
yes.
yeah, so okay. So now let's go to lenses. Can we jump into lenses? Okay, now this is, we might have different take on it. Like, what should be the go-to lens for studio photography? Like, is there a one lens that you just grab whenever you're shooting studio?
I think I'll let Sir Chris take the first one.
See, I was assisting Nigel Brand. Shout out to Mr. Nigel Brand, and we were using the macro lenses because we're shooting a tabletop. There was a time that I heard like the 2470 Series 1 is the beast
2.8, yeah.
because it's sharper for some reason. Why is it sharper? And the workhorse is the Series 1 2470. Right now, I by accident I have this two Series 2 2470s. I have two of them,
The Mark
and
II,
the problem was the contact. So I ended up having two because the one broke, and I need to
Okay.
But anyway, the 7200 Canon I'm using right now, it's really versatile. It has seen war. It has seen war, and my the one that I use for real estate is my 1740 4.0 because for the events it's supposed to be the 1635, right? But it's too wide for me, and I don't shoot at 2.8 when it comes to interior, so I opt to use the 4.0. And I still have it. It's older than my kids. So yeah, so it's such a nice glass.
Got it. So 2470, 7200.
1740 4.0, 2470 2.8. I have three. The series 1 and 2 series 2s. And then the 7200 2.8, which is the series 1. It's amazing. I mean, I still have it with me.
That's like your trilogy of lenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the trilogy, no? It's just not just one.
Yes.
So that's for Sir Chris.
So, how about you? Do you use the same?
Me personally, my favorite lens is 24-105 f4.
Oh, yes.
Because
versatility.
Yes.
Versatility.
Versatile,
Same.
Exactly.
I like the versatility of 24-5.
Yes.
And they released the 2.8.
I don't think you
There's
need
2.8,
2.8 that much inside the studio. Because I think you only use 2.8 if you're an outdoor photographer.
Got it.
And if you need portraits and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the bokeh anyway. Because I always like my images
Safe.
sharp. And you can still have depth even if it's not
Depends
2.8.
on the location.
Okay, so that's one huge difference of shooting outdoors and studio. So in studio, you want your aperture to be at least, what's the minimum at least? 6, 8?
For me, f8.
F8.
Yeah,
F8. That's the sharpest the 2470 sharpest it can go. Yeah,
Which-
but I end up 10, I end up 9.
Oh,
Depends
really?
on the clothing.
And the depth
Depends
of
on the clothing.
The set.
No, I'm not with the depth. I'm with the
Sharpness.
I'm with the sharpness.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting
yeah.
take. Because
But it's still there is still depth because I mean you still have f22, so I think it's the safest place is you say the sweet spot f8.
F8, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Sweet spot. It's a shirt, man.
Again, it's the complete opposite. I'm the complete opposite because I shoot mostly outdoors. So I have a different take on this. So for me, my preferred lens setup is, I don't even own 2470.
Right.
Like I even tried not to use it.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Like when Canon asked me which lens do I need, I did not even include 2470.
That's really
So what my
interesting.
setup is, my favorite lens is 1535 because I like shooting wides. That's because I came from landscape and cityscapes, so I love wides. And also I'm more into social media. And when I'm shooting video, there's a lot of times that I have to shoot
Wider.
wide and then crop it vertical. So that's why for me 1535 is like more useful than 2470. Now then there's 7200.
Yeah.
Right? So 7200, no argument, you need it.
Yes.
Right?
This is a
I mean,
must.
by the way, I see a lot of photographers or videographers these days that doesn't own a 7200. Like it became like a lost treasure. Like bro, I went to an event, bro, in Palm. It was huge, bro. It was huge stage, everything. Bro, everyone using 2470, bro, 1535, and the subject was like literally like this, bro.
Yeah.
Like And I was the only one with 7200. Like, come on, guys. Like, so it became a...
On my events minimum, I have two bodies. The 2470 is with me, and then the 7200 is always on a tripod.
Yeah.
And then whenever, you can
When I did events, I was my first body was 1635 and then 70 to 200.
Yeah, 7200 is critical. It's not something that you will use all the time.
Yeah.
But when you need it, you definitely need it,
It's kind of like even if I don't need it, it has to be in my bag.
Exactly.
But the 2470 is my workhorse.
Okay. Okay, so 1535, then I have the 7200. Now, see, 2470, like from 24 to 35, it's already covered by 1535, right? So I don't need half of the focal length of 2470. So for me, I don't even use it. I don't even own it. So what I replace it with is a 50 millimeter. So just to bridge the gap in between 5035 and 7200, 50 millimeter in between.
How fast?
I have 1.2s. I have the 1.8. The Nifty 50.
The red ring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for me, you could save a lot of money. Like escaping 2470, you could save a lot of money and just buy a Nifty 50. Like it's cheap, 800 dirhams or the 1.2.
Yeah,
so that's my take. Because again, different world, the social media studio. So that's my setup,
But there are some purists, only primes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, only primes.
I have like 8 primes, bro. I'm still a prime. I love shooting primes. Oh yeah, that's my question. In studio world, bro, primes. Like, what's your take on using primes in studio?
Depends. Again, it always depends. Yeah, I like 85, but I like it better when it's like 100, because like you don't have the distortion when it's 100.
It really depends on the subject, because if it's fashion, then variable lens is useful when it comes to fashion. But when it comes to still life, like tabletop, prime lens is. I have a macro 100, macro 100, man, beautiful. But right now my setup is a 7200, and it's portrait, corporate portraits. I brought my studio in Abu Dhabi, and it stays on the tripod.
Oh, really?
I don't have to do this. It's kind of like you're doing a workout. So it's on tether. It's really an elaborate setup, because I end up using, there's one shot, it will end up into three variations. So it's gray, and then white, and then transparent. So it has to be clean. Edges has to be clean. There's not supposed to have a light spill anywhere, so that the select subject would get easy on the machine. So so it's instantaneous. You need to coincide with the system so that it's gonna be harmonious. Otherwise, you need to pen tool everything. So so at the moment,
So you're saying prime lens because just the sharpness alone?
Prime lens because of the sharpness, because of the macro capabilities, and the lesser the variable machine that's working inside the camera is the more safe the glass is. No vibration.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. It's cool. It's cool. Is there anything about cameras and lenses? Are we good? Can we jump to the next one?
Yeah, we can jump.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about accessories. Is there any special accessories that you can't live without, like when shooting studios? I know Chris. He has this the light meter. He always talks about light meter, bro. Even today, he's still using light meter, and I wanna hear your take about it. Because I can't even remember when was the last time I saw light meter, bro. So I wanna hear your take on it. But Ace,
I think the one accessory I cannot live without is the tether.
Tether cable.
Tether cable.
The orange one.
I like the braided one, because the orange one sometimes it's kind of wanky. So that's my favorite accessory.
Connected to a monitor or to a laptop?
Always. It's like I don't feel like a photographer when I'm not tethered.
Yeah, so, I mean, because the thing is the back of the screen is very small.
Also, it's a liar.
Oh yeah,
especially with exposure.
If something could go wrong with the back of the screen, you thought it's sharp. Oh wait till you get to
Oh shit! I gotta adjust this first. It's like, but this wasn't at the back of the camera.
Oh my god!
So that's one of the reasons. Also.
Oh yes, true. I mean, I've been a victim of the back screen for so many times, But the things with outdoors you cannot really have.
And sometimes you get too excited. and like you don't see like the things you have to see. So like always
Oh yeah, true.
and always on a 27-inch screen.
Oh yeah.
Also a family of like Max iPhones. Yeah.
True. Yeah, okay. Chris.
Yeah, light meter.
I knew it, bro. I knew it. Yeah, light meter,
Light
man.
meter, brother. Yeah, again, it's like you're going back to lost art. I still have my Seconic. The Seconic is made in Philippines, brother. Made in Baguio.
No way.
Yeah. It's
In
made in
Baguio?
Philippines.
It's a Philippine brand.
It's not a Philippine brand,
But
but
it's
it's just manufactured in.
But is it Japanese brand, Chinese?
I'm not sure. Seconic, I think it's Japanese.
Sounds Japanese.
Interesting.
You have to check it
Yeah.
because I might be killing it. Seconic is a nation brand. I still would like to have the Seconic, the old one, the one that is you have like I can't remember the brand. I can't remember the model, the one with that. Can you look at the images?
Okay,
I
Seconic.
can't remember.
Seconic light meter.
Yeah, that one. That one I have.
Which one?
That one I have.
This one?
The left one. Yeah, that one.
This one.
That one I want to own. The next one.
This one.
This one. I want to own this. The 789. This is the one. My how would you say it? Grail. That's a grail.
Is it the latest?
No, it's really old. It's my bosses have that also.
How much is this?
Not much, 2.5. But the other one is 700.
Oh my god, bro.
The other
For a
one is
light meter, bro?
750. The other one is 700.
This
That's
one.
really useful. Yeah. I never go without that because I need to know before I even shoot. Before I look at the image, I need to know what I am doing. And the client can tell that you know what you're doing. Because it's kind of like studio photography is, for me, it's a performance.
Yeah.
You are performing in
Agree.
front of the camera. You're performing in front of your client. So it's kind of like,
that's interesting.
you're
Yeah.
performing, like whatever you do in social media or whatever you do in public is a performance. They judge you the way you act, that they judge you the way because in the end of the day, we're not just photographers, we're salespersons. We're salespeople. We are selling ourselves. We are selling and representing ourselves to our clients and to our colleagues, to our friends,
Yeah.
So having the light meter represents for me that you know what you're doing because you're trying to find out how the light falls. Because you need to find where the highlights are, you need to find the mid tone, and you need to see the meter of the shadow.
Man, we're getting technical right now.
That's
the
deep.
master, bro. The master.
If you have the mid tone would be 8 here, right? Mid tone would be 8 here. Highlights will be at least 11 or maybe out of blast or maybe 8.5 here, and then here suddenly down is you need to open it up like 11 or 10 or 9 here. So you sculpting your image already. You're sculpting your subject already. You know how it falls
Before you even press
the button. Yeah, because it's kind of like, ooh, wow, you know what you're doing, and then you have with your monitor and boom, right?
Yeah.
So it's that. So setup wise, I always have my Godox. I always have at least 2 light setup minimum. If I can do 3, I will do 3. Godox baka naman. I have 3 light setup. Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like I will elaborate it when we go back to the style of lighting.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I really like what you said about studio photography is a performance, especially because the clients are always with you, around you, or at the back looking at your what you do. It's like being a conductor in an orchestra.
Yeah.
Like you're the main man, and you have your assistants, you have the guys, you have the full control of everything. Wow, interesting take, man. Yeah.
When do you look at your clients? Do you see like F8, F9, F10?
There's like a subtitle running around. No, it's kind of like because in the end of the day, when it comes to, there should be some sort, depending on the job, there should be some sort of a consistency and the feel. And then you're also up to when you after shooting a lot of campaigns, you become your style.
Got it.
So would you believe if you see a photograph, even if you don't know the artist, you know already who took it?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because you become the style.
Yes.
You become the style. And becoming the style in your head or in your mind, depending on your subconscious, you are looking for something that you are going to.
Yes.
Your target. This is what I want. This is my style. But it's really subconscious.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you will end up, oh, this is a Chris Calumberan.
Yeah,
Or this is a,
It's more of the personality in your photos.
Yeah.
And that's why you're here, bro.
That's why. That's why pictures tell 1,000 words.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why.
But only one name.
That's good. That's good.
Man, okay. I mean, it shows the experience. You know,
Thank you.
the being a legend of Chris Colomberan. You know, see, I'm being honest. Like when I started photography, he's one of the persons I look up to. Like
Thank you, sir.
and I remember when the first time he called me and we had a good chat on the phone, and I feel so great because like a master of photography is like I became close to one of the legends here in Dubai, and then I could say that Chris is one of the people or photographer that inspired me.
Thank you, sir.
You know, so
You know why?
yeah,
You have to become the person that you are looking for.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, you said when we're starting up, I wish I have a mentor.
Yeah.
You become the mentor that you would like to be when someone is looking for.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
someone that's
Something
looking
that
for.
I
That's why-
I feel like I never had, like someone that is like, you know, like side by side with me, teaching me everything about photography, about gears, about business. You know, I never had that, and everything that I've learned so far is because of my what you call this curiosity and basically having mistakes, like, you know, just go with the flow. You know, so I wish there was someone that giving me advices.
Experience is better learned than coming from books. Because you learn from your own mistakes, not from the mistakes of others.
Okay.
I am just fortunate that I was exposed earlier in my career inside the industry. That's why I was surrounded by beautiful people. I was surrounded by mentors.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so that's why when I came in the industry, in the community,
Okay.
I want to share my secret. I want to share my knowledge. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Hot take again.
Nothing.
No, I have one. I have one
Okay.
hot take. When looking for mentors, I think find really quality people, because like a mentor is different from like a teacher or a boss. Because like a mentor, let's say for example, Jairus, take the shot, and then he won't say anything, and then he would pull you to the side. Okay, so here's what you did wrong. I want you to improve on this, do this, do this, do this, that kind of stuff. A boss or a teacher would somehow like, no, you shouldn't do this in front of everyone.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Scolding,
so
yeah.
there's the difference there.
Yeah. And also it's part of being a good leader.
Yeah, true.
Like,
In
you know?
addition to that, based on the experience, right? I got this, or I heard this from Chino Marfax. Shout out to you, Parikoy. He's one of the oldest, longest assistant that I have, at least 5 years.
Wow.
I was with him, and he mentioned to me, so sweet, mostly all your mentees never came back to full-time work. They become who they are. They become a photographer. They become, because once you become my mentee, I will never teach you photography. You just watch and learn, boy. Watch and learn. I will never, because that's a prerequisite already. You're a photographer, you should own a camera. You're a photographer, you should own these basics. You should know these basics. And you just learn how I would build the business, and how would I speak to the clients, and how will I relate to getting that camaraderie between the subject and I, these things. And it's more of the soft skills. Technical skills, anyone can learn. But the true mentorship that you will learn from someone I would look up to is the soft skills and the technicality, the techniques of getting the job, the techniques of keeping the job and making clients happy.
And it feels great when you manage to inspire people and you change someone's life. Like literally last week, I had my assistant. He used to attend my workshop every time, and he just got a full-time job right now. Like literally, like he got hired full time.
Oh,
and,
amazing!
And man, every time I hear those kind of stories from my followers or like the people that I inspire, it feels like a accomplishment.
That's an accomplishment itself. Yeah, that's why it's a very fulfilling career. Photography. It's very fulfilling career.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Can we talk about lights now?
Yeah,
sure.
Because lights is the foundation of studio.
Yeah, painting with light.
Exactly.
True.
Like photography is basically capturing light.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they say. Ooh, yeah. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of pictures here. So I will show you I'll show you the picture and tell me like what like when or where you're going to use this for.
Right.
Okay. So we have this first umbrella.
Umbrella.
Okay, this is I think the most basic. Okay. You got this first umbrella.
Yeah, I have all of these except the useful ones are the shoot through definitely for portability. The Pro Photo one that has the one that you can put your light inside, the one in the middle and the top.
Yeah.
I love that. And also the big umbrella. I used to have that. My assistant it got tumbled and broke. But there's also a screen that is available for that because umbrellas are really useful and I always have them in my bag because of the portability and it's collapsible.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I love using umbrellas.
It's something that they still use is because I don't know. I know for me like umbrella is there's kind of a bad rap about this because it became sort of it is like a starter or beginner's photographer first like modifiers, you know. So I mean does it look like does it affect like that the client looks at you when you look at an umbrella?
I mean, not really. If it gets the shot, then I don't see why they would harshly.
So you still use
criticize.
this a lot?
Yeah, definitely. Not a lot.
Yeah.
Case to case. Case to case.
So the issue with the umbrella is it spills more of the light, right?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, so
because it's you need an instant photograph, so you need an instant light box. You need you need to modify the light. You need to soften the light. So umbrella is not bad. I don't see that. You know, I have some setups that are worse looking. You know, but it gets the job done. You know, so I mean, you can make fun of yourself that this is what I'm using. You know, I even used one of the silver ones, right? The silver ones. I try not to use that, and I tried putting the 600 inside facing the silver, and then I set the white. I sandwiched it, so it would look like the one down. You know, so. I did that and it showed up in my my stories a while ago.
It's like a big lantern.
Yeah, it became a big lantern. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're kind of a run gun or you have
umbrellas
to switch spaces,
umbrellas
yeah,
umbrellas are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to
for run and gun, I think. Speed lights.
Speed lights. Oh yeah, speed lights.
Yeah, speed lights, and because it's you call it speed light and umbrella. You know what are those days? I forgot. It's Zach De La Rocha, no? Zach Arias, sorry. Zach De La
Arias,
Rocha. Zach Arias,
one
no? One light, you know?
One light,
and David Habi. What's the...
David Howie. Oh yeah, I remember.
David Habi.
Yeah.
What's that? The Nikon thing that they use. Strobist.
Yeah,
the strobist. This is how I did my outdoor shoot with the strobist.
It was our generation, bro.
Yeah,
when we were
our
starting,
generation.
man.
Yeah.
David Howie,
speed light with the Photix or
man. Yeah, those were the days, bro.
Transceiver receivers. Yeah.
Okay. Soft boxes, man, because there's tons of soft boxes, right?
Yeah.
So if you could like explain like why would you go for an octobox? Why would you go for a square box? Why would you go for a strip box? You know. So first, which soft box should be to use for main light? Which one should like among all of this, like which one should
You
you?
wanna go?
Okay, so my go-to light modifiers always the 5 feet octabox.
Octobox.
Because the first one,
this one, okay.
the first one, top left.
Okay.
So that's my first go-to because it covers a lot of ground. It gives you, it's a big key light. Key light is always the big one
Sure.
that lights the main subject. So it could light my subject. It could light my background. It gives soft shadows and all that stuff. I use the 3x4, which is the square box, as fill lights. Because sometimes a reflector is not enough for because you're shooting on high apertures, so that's why it doesn't reflect as much.
So yeah. Okay. My question is like, see, I mean, the one is square, one is octa. So why don't you just get a bigger square box rather than going for octabox? Like, what's the advantage of having edges?
Because of the light fall off.
Light fall off. When you say
Yeah,
light fall off.
it protects the spill.
Really?
It spills. Yeah, it spills.
No way.
You see how you look right now?
Yeah.
There's like a spill.
The
on
halo here,
Yeah.
that's the spill.
So you mean when you're using octabox, you get more spill?
Not necessarily. It's
Okay.
just that. So let me finish it. So octabox is my key light. Square, the 3x4s is my fill light.
Yeah.
The strip box is my rim.
Yes.
Rim.
Light.
So
Yeah.
that's how I use it.
Right.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
And the honeycomb is if I want to
Edge.
specifically light up part of the outfit or something.
Mm.
So it's
Okay.
like that.
Okay, so you're saying for main light, it should be octabox. Like that's it's better than square box.
For me, yes.
Yeah. Chris.
Oh, something similar. But see, you have to understand this for the viewers. Photography is not just adding light; it's also subtracting light.
Cutting the light.
Cutting light. So you that's the reason why you see black cutters, black reflectors, because you need to direct the light where it's coming from. You know, where it's going, controlling the light where it's going. You know, so you want to create a shadow here, you put the black. You know, so it really depends on the drama how you will take the story.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Okay, now let's go to this one. This is something that I don't understand. Like why would you go for this instead of softbox? I just don't know why, guys. Why would you go for this? It's called beauty dish, by the way.
Yeah.
So why would you go for beauty dish compared to a softbox?
Beauty dish is for beauty shots.
Why? I mean,
First of all, I think it's circular because
Okay.
I think personally, I think it's meant to be focused on the face. So with the octabox, 5 feet octabox, it's meant to cover like a lot of
It's
ground
soft. Yeah, soft.
and softer. So with the beauty
This is harsh.
dish, this is a bit harsher, especially with grids.
so you're saying this is designed for the face.
I think so. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I use it. That's what I use it for.
See, if you know Thierry Richardson, LA photographer, he uses a like some sort of a pocket camera, and then the flash is a small flash, and when you shoot it, it looks like it's like flashed, like washed out, and then the
Film
the
style.
back, the film style, and then the back is dark. You know, and I can't stand it. It's not my style.
Yeah.
I can't stand it because I'm so used to shooting big banks of light, shooting
right.
you know. So given an opportunity, if you look at the images that I sent you, that's the time, because see, the artist or the client, Soraya, shout out to you, Soraya, she's the daughter of my first mentor. I'm still working with her, and she wants this LA style. She wanted LA style. So first of all, beauty dish, to be honest with you, is the hardest thing to keep and to bring in your
way,
equipment.
really?
It's so inconvenient to take.
Really?
Now it's my favorite. It gives an orb-like effect. It gives the orb-like effect, and the highlight is in the middle.
Okay.
It's on almost the side, not in the middle, because you see there's like some sort of
Yeah.
a white in the between.
It has
so
a hot
it
spot.
gives that,
Yeah.
but it also automatically gives you the was it veneer, the one that it's on the edge?
Vignette.
Vignette. It
Vignette.
gives you the
Ooh.
vignette effect.
So it's almost similar to having to like a ring light, a continuous light.
It's a
ring light.
it's a vignette
similar.
effect. If you look if you light a stage, you see like some spotlight,
Okay.
and then
kinda like that.
the edges are dark. So
Okay, got it.
it's like that kind of, but it's very pleasing. It's flattering.
okay.
It depending on the subject. If you
Yeah.
light an ugly subject, then it doesn't work. You need a soft box. But if you light a really attractive model, man, it works. It works like a charm.
Okay, so it means there's a certain look and characteristics of this light.
Yeah, it needs of getting used to. It's an acquired taste. Yeah,
Okay.
it's an
Actually,
acquired
yeah.
taste.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, it gives a lot of contrast, especially
Yeah,
when
yeah.
used correctly.
I'm so not used to it. But when I saw the results with Soraya, oh my God, I'm so addicted to
really?
this.
Okay.
So if I'm going to shoot another, some sort of a creative thing, really depends on the client, how the taste.
Okay.
This is one of the go-to.
Okay, got it. Boys, thank you so much for the inputs. Now let's go to the most fun part of this podcast, I believe. So we're going to the breakdown. Okay, we will be showing this guy's pictures, and they will be breaking down their setup, the gears, whatever. So who's going first? Okay, let's go with Ace first. Okay, so how did you light this up, bro?
So, usually when I do my lighting, I do it one by one. Before I let my model sit down, I always light the set first. So like all the artificial lights, see those lanterns on the side, I'll always light those first because I have to balance it out on the camera. So the first light I did was the one in the curtain. That's actually like a big parabolic 7 feet parabolic umbrella. So that gives me the highlight for the guy's hair. His hair was curly, so it really sticks to that. And then I also get a bit of highlight on the girl's shoulders. So that's my. I think I used that as a key light. And then on the right side of their faces, there is a 3x4 softbox.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you use a grid on the parabolic?
No, there's no grid on the parabolic. I just pointed it towards the camera so that the background won't be as light. So it was pointing towards their shoulders and the camera. And yep,
Okay.
there you go. And then 3x4 softbox as a fill light to their faces on the side. So I still have the contrast on their
Can
left
you zoom
side.
in on the eye?
Ooh. Oh wow.
Yes.
Yes.
There was also
Reflector? Is this like
no, there was a gobo. So a gobo is a light shaper. That was a window type.
oh man.
So just like literally window with the cheesecloth in front. So I'd get
Yeah.
that effect on the eyes.
Guys, are you a fan of faking catch eyes?
No,
Or would you rather have it
I'd rather do it in
oh.
person. Yeah.
even though it's like one click in Photoshop, you would
No,
still
I don't
Ah,
like
no,
those.
we
No?
don't do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it has to be on your camera.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh, and also there's a interesting catch eye here on the male.
Yeah. Just reflectors, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And I think that's her shoulders, the one on the bottom right of the eye. Yeah, because it was reflecting on the outfits.
Oh, interesting. You know what I find interesting, because I thought that you should light the subject first. I thought that should be always be the case. But with your situation, you lit up the background first and the accessories.
Can I
Wow.
can I give a
Sure, review.
on
Critic.
on this part that you said? See, the set is the canvas. You're preparing the canvas first before you add the paint,
Yeah.
before you add the subject. Yeah, that's how it is. You prepare the canvas first.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
Also, I do a test shot without the model, so I see how my light looks like before I
The set,
actually light them,
yeah.
because
The
my
mood.
job is to separate them from the setup, so they would really pop out, and it's not like it's for fashion, so it's not for interior. So I have to make sure that they
The
really,
hero is there.
Yes.
And then you decide on the colors.
Yep.
Yeah, because see the contrasting colors here with the green and the red, that's a very complementary color. And then the stylist wore them beige
Yes.
to pop out.
Yeah. Okay. Next picture. This.
This is a beauty shot. There you go. So let's zoom in on the eyes. This is actually like a 5 light setup.
5.
Yeah.
Man.
Beautiful.
So
Oh my God, bro.
Amazing makeup artist.
So,
Very good makeup
Can I guess?
artist.
So here there's I can see a square softbox, and is this an octobox on the right?
Point it with the mouse.
Here is it? Okay, so is this? I mean, square box, right?
no.
Oh,
It's
shoot,
not.
man.
It's different.
Octobox?
So it's a bare bulb with a 12 by 12 butterfly diffuser. So I used like a big light modifier, so I could get this effect. So the one on the left, sorry, on the right part of her eye is actually
Here.
a beauty dish. Yes, that's
This
the
one.
beauty dish with the grid at the lowest power. So and then the one on the bottom is actually just a fill on the
Like
other
this.
side of the eye.
This one.
Yes, that's just like another catch. No, there like the one
Oh,
in the
here,
middle.
here.
Yes, that's the one. So those are the first 3 lights, and then the one under her eye is a reflector.
Reflector.
Just so
Is it the half circle shape one?
No, not really, just polyboard.
Oh, okay, just polyboard. Ooh.
Yeah, and then let's zoom out. Yeah, so one on her hair and one on the curtain.
Oh, wow.
So for this one, I did the same. I did the lighting for the background first, and then yeah, that's it.
I love it.
Wow. Oh,
And
man.
the f stop on this.
I'd say F10, F11,
Yeah.
because I'm using 5 lights.
Yeah. How about this one?
So this one, I really like this one because it looks like it was shot on natural light. So
Actually, yeah.
so that's like one of the highest compliments for me. When you're using studio lights. Oh, I thought some people were saying, where was the shot? I was like, we did the setup
Yeah,
here, and it looks
true.
like natural light. So
And you have some behind the scenes, right?
sorry.
Behind the scenes here, you sent some
Yep,
videos.
yep,
Is this
yep.
the one, right?
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
So that's the
Wow.
one. Yeah.
Oh. Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh shoot.
So this is 2 light setup. So
Just two.
Yeah, just two. So I did one octabox on the left, 5 feet to light up the whole table, and at the back there is, you see the window there. That's what you call the gobo.
Nice.
For some reason, it's called the gobo. I'm not sure why.
Go in between.
Oh, okay.
Go in
Go in
Okay.
between.
Yeah.
Okay, gobo.
Go between.
Okay.
I was
go
2 years old, bro.
Gobo. I see. Okay, that's why. So
That's why you're here, bro.
That's why Chris Calumberan.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Then this.
So yeah, that was the 5 light setup.
No
Yeah.
part of the camera,
right.
about because you were tethered here.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
I
I
don't
love
even have
the
to put the SD cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus, I could see how they are.
Is that the
looking.
last light 2x2, no? Same, I have.
Not really. I think
The
those
one
are,
on the top, no?
on the top is beauty dish with grid.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, that one.
Ah,
The bank.
12 by 12.
12x12. Avenger.
Yeah, Benja.
Avenger.
Oh.
I have
Oh,
last
so
light.
this is the beauty dish. This.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the grid
For
as
the
well.
hair.
Yeah, that's for the hair. So the grid helps me direct where I really want my light specifically.
Oh yeah.
And at the back, there's a snoot.
Snoot.
So it's
Got it.
just like a ray of light. Because I don't want to light the whole part of the curtain,
Yeah,
because
sure.
it's gonna affect the whole background.
Nice.
So I still
Beautiful,
want
man.
contrast at the back.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Damn, bro.
that's it. And then
You're hired. Beautiful.
Oh my God. So
Good
Chris,
job, man.
ready?
Good job. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Chris's shots.
Yeah, I wish I brought some high res. So this is a bare bulb, 400, AD400 Pro.
Bare bulb, bro.
ED400, is that continuous?
No. AD400 Pro is strobe with battery. So it's a 400 watt. And this I was reluctant to do because they don't want, they want the Terry Richardson style, which is straight. I was so surprised. I was like, really, you like that? It's not my style. I'm telling them. But obviously you need to find something in between,
So
right?
you're saying you wasn't happy about this shot?
she's so happy with this, and I'm surprised that they are.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not my style. It's not my style to shoot harsh light. And this is a bare bulb. Imagine that. And they don't want to show. Initially, they don't want to show the things behind, the colors behind.
Exactly.
But as a as a studio photographer, as a commercial photographer, I want to share the story. I want to show the capability of technical lighting, right?
Yeah.
So I went in between. But the concept is basically an anime character with the white ninja with the samurai yielding maiden,
Yeah.
And then so I arranged the motorcycle, the props, the boot, the helmet, and the gloves.
So-
Anyway, this is Soraya. So she's an artist based in LA. She has a residence here in the UAE. She's one of my mentor's daughter, and we were working with her sister Persha. She's a director, New York based. And we had a lot of fun, and her coming back here for the holidays was such a treat because I get to work with them, both sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next picture.
Next
I
photograph.
kind of get why you want to light it differently, because like the way you describe the outfit and all that stuff, like I kind of imagined it differently in my head as well. And like I get what you mean.
But it worked out well because I kind of like they wanted to show it raw. So see, the effect that they are looking for is the
Punchy.
backstage fashion show lighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The backstage fashion show lighting. The backstage fashion show lighting is like the speed light is directly flashing to the model's face.
Just
you
really
know?
to document.
Just the documentary style. Yeah, let's do this. This is a very complicated shot because see, I'm preparing a series of motorbike shots for Dubai Bike Week because last year November I wasn't able to join. The entries are so too much that I wasn't able to. But then you when the opportunity shies away from you, you create your own, right? So I still continued and pushed for the bike series. So this is one of the bike shots. I shot this in Stu Williamson Studios. So you have the smoke machine, and then you have. If you see the arm, there are two highlights.
Yes.
I can't remember how I like this, but basically I used the bank, the butterfly, the 1x2 butterfly, somewhere I can't remember, but it's just basically the most important part of the lighting is the shadows of the wheel. That one. This is a very difficult part for me to do because I wanted to show I want to add the shadow inside the composition.
Interesting.
You know?
Okay. How about this? Is this shadow from the from
the rim of the bike. The rim of the bike. That took a while to create because I basically wanted to have two.
Did you intended this?
Huh?
Did you intended this?
I intended it. That's why it took a while to shoot. But I was working with Miss Rika, Aburika. I was working with her on this. She was supposed to be the model and she brought her friend here.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was such a beautiful afternoon. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Did you use 2 lights?
At least 2 lights. I think 3. I can't remember, to be honest, because when I'm shooting in a fly. In my head there's no go-to setup, and this is an awkward position also because I'm on height. I'm on a ladder, and I basically want her to shape like the motorcycle, and it's an awkward position because there's no way that she can be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know.
okay, got it. Okay.
So yeah.
Next.
You can do the Harvey Senate, the cope, the
This
This
so
was
there's two, right?
Versace.
Man.
Yeah, this is a Harvey
Oh my
Senate
god.
collection,
Right.
and
Wow.
he was so generous to provide me his creation, and I was working with this beautiful model.
Damn,
The skin is post process, although
bro.
we did a really good what do you call this? We did a really good makeup on her, and then the gold foil is there really, and then this is a 3-light setup if I'm not mistaken. It's a 3-light setup with a beauty dish as a key, and then the filler on the bottom, and then the 2 edge lights, the two how would you say that, with the honeycomb
Okay.
to create that edge light. Yeah.
Well, guys, I just have a question. Which one is the hardest to light? Is it the white skin or the darker skin?
The people who complain.
Yeah, the people who complain. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You like shooting things that don't complain, subjects that don't complain, like interior or landscape. They don't complain.
That's a great anecdote.
If you,
But in reality, which one is the easier to light? Is it the lighter skin or darker skin?
Lighter skin.
Lighter skin.
Because with the dark skin, there's hot spots there. So that's why sometimes I personally use accessories with soft boxes, not directly beauty dish. If I wanted to highlight on their skin more, I would use the beauty dish and maybe something with the grids.
So lighting this alone, you mean is a very challenging job?
I would say
Man, insane,
it's
I think if you intend to light,
going back to the question, lighter skin or darker skin. Darker skin, you need to add highlights. You need to create the highlights. The light skin, you need to create the shadows.
right.
You need to create the
Oh
shadows.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Because
And-
like sometimes light skin is hard to light as well. Because like
Yeah.
they sometimes
Can you repeat it again?
Dark skin, you need to create the highlights. That's why you did the highlight on the curly hair, right? For light skin, you don't have to create a highlight on the for the dark hair. For light skin, mostly blondes, you just need to create shadows.
Okay.
Yeah, that was coined by the way, that was coined by Mosh Lafuente.
Oh,
Mosh.
that's amazing. Okay, let's go to this one.
Yeah, this is an interesting shot. This, by the way, just a beauty dish.
yeah.
Just a
Just
beauty
one?
dish. Just one. It created the vignette. So the title of this is The Deal Made in Shadows. It's supposed to be inverted. If you invert it like upside down,
Yeah.
rotate it upside down if you can.
Okay, I need to layer this first, right?
You just curious. You had the grid there on the
No
beauty
grid,
dish.
no
but
grid.
Did you?
There is grid.
Okay.
I lost the grid, but there is grid. But the thing,
There
it's
you
supposed to be like this.
There you
yeah,
go.
that's the final shot supposed to be.
Wow.
Yeah, the one that is the texture on you're talking about the
Yeah,
texture.
yeah,
That's a curtain.
Sorry.
That's a curtain. That's
Oh,
a
okay.
That's a cloth. That's a
Yeah,
fabric.
okay. Gotcha.
The
Gotcha.
gobo.
Yeah.
Gobo.
Gobo.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
fabric.
Okay, let me just.
Yeah.
I was just curious because
Yeah,
I thought that
it
was the
was-
grid. The
Yeah, that
honeycomb.
was what you call this done intentionally. Fabric.
Oh, okay.
A deal done in shadows. The another sample was this one. It's again, it was lit by just one light, beauty dish, but on the camera we use the lamp, the big lamp. Then when you remove it, it has an opening here and then it's an opening here. So we put that in the camera and we shot that with.
Was this
The idea
one
is
light?
for one light. This idea was for Persia because they have like some sort of ornate house that they have antiques. So one of the antiques there is the title is Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil. That is a 3 photograph series.
Nice.
I like that you're still intentional with how you create your photos. Because like right now,
Yeah.
I've been really busy with all the
Accidental.
no, not really. Like it's more intentional in a way that there's a story to it.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
like
This should be.
with commercial,
This
it's
is
just like
discipline.
bam, 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 images.
It's
Yeah.
something that
images.
or at least back in the day, like something that we,
This is
we developed
discipline.
because
Yeah.
you know.
Because in the end of the day, you need to have you, your model, and your crew in the same page,
Yeah.
so that they're not adding too much on the
Wow.
on the third. This shot took a lot of. This is the raw file, by the way. It wasn't edited because you see, because I will normally remove that on the wall. I will remove that, and I think
socket.
your phone is still there. You know.
Here? This?
Yeah, I think that's their phone. I just have this shot on the. I think I send it by on the phone and send it to her. This is a raw file.
Straight off the camera.
Yeah, straight out the camera. So this is just one light. Also the beauty dish. That's why it was so elaborate. The explanation of the beauty dish that I found because of this experience working with them. And they really love it. See the shadows behind under her chin is so sharp. It's harsh.
Yeah.
Because of that. And then if you look at the eye, the catch eye, I wasn't able to perfectly catch eye because
Got it.
her
Eyelashes.
went down. And normally it's supposed to have two, right?
Yeah,
It's supposed to have two, depending on the
Sometimes
positioning.
if that happens, I just retouch.
Yeah, you just that's the question that you have. Do you do the thing?
Yeah.
For this I
Okay.
would, I will have to balance.
But like the presets one, I don't like that. Yeah.
Oh, so this is
That's the effect of the beauty
beauty
dish.
dish.
It's
More
very
contrast.
it's a bit difficult to control. But again, depending on the style and what that's want to achieve, that's the thing,
Wow. Okay.
But I'm loving this shot. I haven't posted it. I haven't cleaned it.
Oh my
This
God.
one is interesting. This is a lot of gobos. This project is another initiative. It's called the Single Plastic Initiative,
remember
Code
this.
Blue.
I
Code
remember
Blue
this, yeah.
Single Plastic Initiative. So this, as you see, the headdress is made out of plastic forks
Yeah.
that pollute environment.
Made
no?
by who?
This.
We have our stylist, Mr. Irwin, did the styling.
Wow.
If you see the background, that's a Masafi bottle.
Yeah, I can
All
see
of
that.
this?
It's Masafi. The handle of
Bro,
Masafi,
there's a lot
right?
of things that you can use. You can use this and it will have a different
so
effect. You'll be
the,
surprised.
the shot was used. The light was a mobile phone light
In the face.
on the Masafi bottle for the background.
Yeah. So you're saying you hold the bottle and you basically shoot through
Yeah.
the
No. The light
shoot through this.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So like it's
So it
kind
will
of like-
create an underwater effect. So
Oh
this
my
one, right?
God, man,
So now the
yes.
texture of the background, since the bottle has
How
lines.
can I show it?
Yeah, since the bottle has
Yes.
lines, it will show like that. Yeah.
Oh, amazing, man.
Okay, so that's one.
Yeah.
Now we'll go to temperatures. I shot this with the white balance of 2800
Kelvin.
Kelvin 2800.
Oh.
So the background
On
became
camera. On camera.
on camera. This almost no Photoshop. Skin is shot using tungsten
Okay.
light,
I got
so
you,
it
yeah.
balanced it.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'm getting it.
It
I used to do that with events to battle the
Yeah.
pressure. Okay,
Yeah, so
same setup.
the
Okay.
skin tone is shot using a the IKEA lights. That's a tungsten light. That's a really warm light. So it balanced and corrected the skin tone because I was shooting with a white light that became blue because of the 2800 Kelvin.
Why did you do that straight from the camera instead of later on?
Because I am Chris Calumberan.
Mic drop moment, man. My God,
No, like
bro.
I'm just curious because if I would do that, I would probably do it later on. Or was it to save time?
No, it's part of the process.
Okay.
If you look back at my shots, if you look back at my personal shots, what's happening is I try to emulate film days.
Okay.
I will try to emulate film days. At the same time, I want it to be as pure as possible. Less editing. Because all the creativity was done on set.
Right.
So that's just my preference. Although there are some small bits and pieces. By the way, this one is a winner of the TIFA Award, Tokyo International Award. I only happened to know it after I came back from Philippines because this was shot 2017. Then 2018 I joined the 2018 Photographer of the Year for Filipino Times.
Yeah.
I submitted a project which is the Dumagat project. And then this came 2 weeks after I came back in Philippines, and it was inside the spam folder.
Oh.
Then I just got to know that I won it, and then I included it in my entry because in the deliberation round you need to submit your projects, what projects that you have, what will make you deserve the award, right? So this one almost didn't get it. So, wow. Then I, anyway, the story of this is I experienced Isang Litrong Liwanag, The Litter of Light, which is with Mr. Ilyak Diaz.
Yeah, Ilyak.
I covered him receiving the award in Abu Dhabi. I was the one who was covering that. And we got so close. We became friends. We have tons of common friends back in Philippines, also in the motorcycling industry. Anyway, so The Litter of Light inspired me to do this. And I asked him if he can, if I can use the concept of, because he was doing the light from the ceiling, and it create this effect. So that inspired me to do it.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just creativity is a combination of unexpected things.
Yeah, true.
So the
true.
elements that you may have, it may be like this, it may be a wire, it may be a whatever nuts. You can combine that, and then you will create something creative and something original coming from unexpected things.
True.
So those are the things. Yeah, that's a formula. That's the formula.
Wow. I mean, we're good. We showed everything. Is there anything else, guys? Yeah.
It might seem overwhelming at times. So
sure.
from you, I'm saying that you're truly amazed. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
true,
this
man,
is
true.
really nice. Like, I feel just it's like going outdoors. Just take your camera and go take pictures. I get that sometimes it can be expensive, but if you don't try, you'll never know.
Yeah.
And then just keep on experimenting with how
Yeah.
it is being lit. I think try to look at posters at the mall. That's my sort of training to myself. I'll always look at the eyes. This is the first thing I would do. How it was light. So if there's one light, there should be one on the eye. If the background was lit, that's 2 lights. If there's light on the hair, that's 3 lights. So you'll
Got
get it from there.
Okay. Chris.
Yeah, I would love to say to your listeners and your watchers and aspiring studio photographers, I may say, you dictate what you want. You dictate what you want to be. If you dream of having or becoming a studio photographer and there's no opportunities setting in your way, you create your opportunity. Grab a model, borrow some lights, and experiment, right? Do it in your own time. When it comes to overwhelming selves, don't try to collect courses. Don't grab all the courses. No. You work on that specific project and you start learning from there. Because learning is better by experience, not from the book. Because from the book or from others' mistakes, it's better to make your own mistakes through experience. That's where you want to learn, and that's where you want to be, and you can dictate where your ship is because you're the captain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just absorbing everything, guys. To be honest, again, it's something that I don't have the chance to be exposed. But man, I'm really amazed right now. I'm mind
Thank
blown
you.
right now. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
literally, like I mean, seeing this behind the scenes breaking down the techniques or the lights you use, and even the story that you told about these pictures, man. Amazing. So, guys, I think that's it. Yeah. Man, thank you so much, Chris, Ace, bro. You inspired me so much, and that's what this podcast all about. It's not
Yeah,
just
man.
inspiring
Jairus
people, but
inspires, man.
it's also for me learning myself. So I mean, guys, I hope you could go back again and again just to.
I really
yeah.
loved your platform.
Thank you so much, man.
Congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you so
sure this will be such a wonderful success.
Hopefully, man.
And
Yeah. For me, again, as long as I'm learning, as long as I'm inspiring people, I don't need a lot. I just need one person to inspire. I'm good about it. So, man, thank you so much.